So, last but not least, the final book that's made the shortlist for the arts and literature category is this one, Wordsworth, War and Waterloo, edited by Simon Bainbridge and Jeff Cowton. Now this is another fantastically produced book. It looks so professional and it's a delight to look at. And really, it combines both art and literature because it's got a series of essays about Wordsworth and his reaction to what was happening in the French Revolution and the Waterloo, Battle of Waterloo. And it's also got these amazing paintings and pictures that go with it. Wordsworth had a very complex, I think is perhaps one good word to describe it, relationship with the French Revolution and with Battle of Waterloo. He started off as a young poet, perhaps, you know, we were all revolutionaries once, weren't we, in our youth. He started off supporting the revolution. I think it was a great thing, and yes, get rid of the tyrants and the people power, etc. He followed Bonaparte's career with interest, but he came to realise that the whole thing really was very dangerous and that there were some very unsavoury aspects about the revolution, people's heads being chopped off and Bonaparte hoping to take over the whole of Europe. William Wordsworth and his family actually ended up celebrating the victory of the Battle of Waterloo on the summit of Skiddaw in August 1815, and they ate roast beef and plum pudding and they sang God Save the King and Rule Britannia. So although he was a revolutionary, a little bit of a revolutionary to start with, he certainly came round full circle at the end. This book is beautifully presented again, and lots of different essays. There's one particular interesting one on Dorothy Wordsworth and the impact of war on her. It talks of a man who called from Cockermouth, who called at their house. He'd lost a leg and he'd lost a thigh in the Battle of Waterloo, and he was going home and he asked for something to eat and drink and perhaps a little bit of money. And Dorothy was very, very affected by the people she saw who were involved in the Battle of Waterloo. And I'll just read you just a couple of words from an essay by Jenny Uglow here. In Grasmere in November 1801, so this is before the Battle of Waterloo, William and Dorothy Wordsworth met a soldier and his wife on the road. The man with the child, the woman was carrying a gun, and they were probably going home after he having fought in France a lull in the war. But all too soon the soldiers would march off again. Between 1793 and 1815, 1 in 5 British families had men in the army or navy, militia or volunteers. In fact, Wordsworth himself was a volunteer. Thousands of men died in the British-French wars. The plight of those left behind is dramatised in Wordsworth's The Ruined Cottage, begun in the West Country in the late 1790s and revised during his early years at Grasmere. This book mixes history, art, poetry, literary criticism. It's a beautiful book.